Love, light, and blessings. Shamanic Awak Priestess here. So, I haven't posted a video in the last 10 days, so like in a week and a half, because I have just been, to be honest, very, very, very social media burned out. Like, I've researched some video topics that I want to do. You know how I am. I love teaching. I have a subscriber that calls me professor and everything, but I just feel like at this time, like this past week and a half, I just am not able to give you guys the energy that I want, to put out great content. I also have fallen behind on my comments on my channel. You know how important comments are to me, but I just have not had any time to reply or even read through all the comments. Please keep liking, subscribing, commenting on my videos. I read every single one of your guys' comments and I respond to everybody's comments, okay? It's just, I'm going to go on vacation the first 2 weeks of July before I start my classes, this summer. And I've just been trying to do as many readings as possible, which has helped a lot to pretty much like there's barely any wait time now, days nowadays. And I've increased my work hours, but that kind of takes away from me creating content, and being able to have the time to upload videos and everything of that nature. I will be uploading videos this week, hopefully, if I have the chance to do so. But I didn't want you guys to think I forgot about you. I just been tired. When I ever get a moment's rest, which isn't often, right? Between doing my readings on a full-time basis, 6 days a week, and then spell work 6 days a week for clients, and my personal life, and studying tarot, and all of the things that I do, right? Taking care of my kids, practicing self-care. I haven't even been able to watch content. I barely get to watch TV, and I just haven't had the energy to create videos, and like I said, I don't want to just create any old thing. And another part of it too is just feeling a little discouraged at times, having to remind myself why I create content, because I'm always trying to find channels, on witchcraft and spirituality. And I just keep noticing this pattern of demonizing the things that I practice, making jokes about, I don't kill cats on my altar, or I don't sacrifice animals, and I don't do those kinds of things. I'm not that kind, but like saying it like in a mocking way, and having to kindly remind people that just because your culture doesn't do that, even though your culture did it back in the days, there are still cultures, indigenous cultures, that still practice these things. Okay, there are still shamans claiming that you love shamanism. There are shamans that offer animals to their deities and their spirits. Okay, and so just because you don't practice something, you should not be sitting here demonizing somebody else's practice, and the amount of appropriation that I see, the lack of representation that I see for certain paths. I've had clients and viewers tell me that a lot. Like, it's rarely we see a person of color, like, they are saying stuff. I'm not saying they don't exist, but there's not as many as Western culture. You get more Wicca content. You type up witchcraft, you have thousands upon thousands of Wicca channels and Wiccans and all this stuff, which is fine, but there's rarely any representation of other traditions and other practices outside of that one thing, or more of a new age, interpretation of witchcraft, which is perfectly fine. But it just gets hard. I get tired of, and exhausted from having to always explain myself why cultural appropriation is so bad, and why it does so much harm to already marginalized people, and having to people still arguing with me. Like, I blocked that comment from that video, and people still find other videos, and me having to delete their comments or block them from commenting on my channel because they just want to fight with people on the comment section. And the amount of trolling that happens on this platform, the amount of judgments, the amount of just elitism, and it just gets to be a lot, and it just seems like some of the content is the same thing over and over again, and so it just gets to be discouraging, and I'm watching like these other channels get like so many views, and they have like a huge following, and I'm like, I'm legitimately putting out some like, content that I spent a lot of time making and researching and things, and my channel isn't as big as theirs, so it's hard, and then it feels, I'm grateful for my subscribers, but it just starts to feel sometimes, not like disencouraging, and with the amount of trolling, like I said, or things like that, or I get really excited about a video and it doesn't get as many views as I would like, and things of that nature, or comments and stuff like that. It's very disheartening as a content creator when you make a video and like nobody comments on it, and you're like, well, did anybody even watch the video? Or you watch your watch time and a lot of people aren't even watching your videos through, and my videos are not even as long as other people's videos. So it just gets to feel like, is anybody watching, right? And then when I feel like that, like this week I was feeling that way, and I had to kind of work through my ego and my feelings around that. I got so many messages from people like, hey, where you been? And I love your channel. And people excited when they read with me for the first time. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm fangirling, or I'm a fan of yours and all this stuff. And they're so excited to read with me. And that helps a lot, because then I'm like, oh, somebody is watching. I am making a difference in people's lives and things like that. So, and that's why the comments, I go back to those comments that you guys leave on my channel. I go back to the comments that you guys say when you meet me and on Skype, and things like that. That's what keeps me going, knowing that there are people that are watching. But, I'm a human being. I was feeling, very like unmotivated and tired, working all these increased hours and my personal life, and I was just like, I just don't have the energy to put anything out. I also haven't really been watching anybody's channels, because again, I just been so mentally exhausted. Once I'm done with my workday, like I'm so drained, I just don't have energy for anything else. Like I just need to watch something that, oh, the fireworks downstairs scared me. Sorry. Like, why are we doing fireworks? It's not July. I cannot stand my neighbors. But anyway, so, and just having to like separate from spiritual stuff and kind of just take a personal thing, personal break, whatever. Sometimes that helps, just to keep everything balanced, and trying to practice self care. And I'm really excited about this vacation. I had to kind of deal a lot with my feelings of guilt around it, because I felt really bad, like, oh, I'm gonna leave my clients for 2 weeks without a reader. I have people that check with me on a weekly basis, and what are they gonna do without me for 2 weeks? But I pulled a card on this deck that I had, just kind of for myself. It's the Sacred Travelers Oracle, and I don't do daily polls, but I was doing for the week. And I had other cards that came through the other, but this one really, really spoke. It's the Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. And, I got a channeled message like, you are a healer, and healing does take a lot of energy away from you. And so as much as you love healing people and helping people, why don't you put that same effort into yourself, right? If you had a client that was feeling as exhausted as you were around social media, if you had a client who was like, I'm good right now, but I feel like in the next 2 weeks I'm not going to have energy, like I need time off, I would tell that client, what? Then take that time off, get through your 2 weeks, because you still have enough energy for that. But then you feel like you're going to be like depleted by July, then guess what? Take time off. If I had a client who was like, hey, all I have enough energy for is like my family and my clients, I don't have the energy to create content, I would tell that client, then don't create content. So who am I to think like I'm above being a human being? Like, who do I think I am, right? I have to be honest with myself and say, I have enough energy for my personal life, I have enough energy for my readings and my spell work, but I do not have enough energy to be on social media at this time. For my self-care and mental well-being, I need to pull away. There's also been a lot of drama when I was watching, before I went on this like sporadic break. Someone made a deck review and they were mad because they're friends with the creator and they were bullying this person. It just felt like very middle school, high school drama. And you know, I mean, it just made me sad for the content creator. You give an honest review of a deck, and because it's a popular deck that everybody loves, but you're being honest about it, everybody hates you. While you can't speak things on your channel, like people bullying people for opinions, like, you know what I mean? Or the drama with someone was being very racist and this person of color called them out on their, you know, social media, and then you have people split up and defending the racist person versus the person who was actually victimized, you know, and was the victim of the rhetoric. And it just becomes so annoying. And things of that nature. Just people genuinely bullying, or people saying, hey, I purged my collection, and people taking that personally. Like, why do you care if somebody purged their collection? And then you have some people that want to judge people because they collect tarot and making them feel bad. And it just be like all this drama. And it's like, you know, and people disrespecting my culture and making fun of people that give offerings like animal offerings, or maybe they work with animal parts or whatever because they're earth-based religious practices, and having the judgment of that. And, oh, you can't do this, you know, commenting on my channel because three folds. I'm not Wiccan. That doesn't apply to me. Not everybody's Wiccan. Not everybody believes in that. And, you know, it just gets very discouraging sometimes. There's lack of representation and just the drama, like unnecessary drama. And for a spiritual community, it's not as inclusive as people think it is. There's so much judgment, there's so much cattiness, there's so much, like, you know, it just gets to be much. And I just had to like pull away from it. Like, I didn't want to comment, I didn't want to make VRs to stuff. I just wanted to pull away from this chaotic energy, because like I said, I want to dedicate my energy to my paying clients. And when I make content on my channel, I want it to be content that elevates my viewers. I don't want it to be petty, you know, content. Yeah, because this person did this to me. Listen, I have had people with channels, okay? One that's a huge presence in the tarot tube that doesn't even talk to me. We had a falling out, and the people that this person that follows this person's channel took sides, right? And they no longer talk to me, and that's fine. You know what I did? It's all good. That's why I made my communities and clicks video. Hello. But yeah, and there was people that unfollowed me because of that and don't talk to me because they didn't like that I was telling the tea. There is lack of inclusion at times. There is racism. There are racist content creators in TarotTube and the spiritual community. There's misogynistic and sexist, and yes, and people that are not really allies to the LGBTQ plus IA community and all of that. Like, why can't we call it real? Like, it's not this wonderful rainbows and lollipops and running into the sunset together. Like, there's real issues here. And if you don't fall into place, like, you're all of a sudden outcast, and it's ridiculous. So I've been through that, and I told this person, hey, I've been through it. You know, I got a lot of backlash when I did a review of an indie deck that was created by a woman of color. I was happy to support it, but the card stock was horrible. The quality of the deck was horrible. It was useless. I never used it. I had other subscribers like, thank you for saying that, because everybody keeps praising this deck. I literally put it in my drawer because I can't use it. Like, it's garbage. Like, it's a beautiful deck, but the card stock is horrible. And, you know, and even if somebody was not a person of color, like, it doesn't matter what race you are. If I don't like your work, I'm going to say that, because there's people watching my channel on the other side that are going about what I'm saying. And that's why when I was offered a sponsorship with a tarot company, I decided not to go with it. I'm like, no, because I want to be able to say whatever I want about decks. I don't want to be like, well, this person's paying me, or I'm getting some type of money every time somebody buys this deck. I'm getting a cut of a piece of the pie, because then I feel like I'm disingenuous. And people could do whatever they want, but I just don't want to do that. I want to be able to say whatever I want about decks on my channel. You know, I want to be honest about my opinions and not feel like I owe anything to anybody. I did one video of a deck that a creator gave me, and it was only because that deck, I already owned it. And I said on the video, I already own this deck, but now they gave me a free deck, and that's why I'm reviewing it, because I actually work with the deck. It's a deck that I read clients with. So I didn't feel any type of way about that, because it was just a backup deck. The first deck I purchased on my own, and I had worked with it for a while, so I liked it. That's like the only video that I've ever done of a deck that someone gave me. Because every deck you see, every walkthrough you see, I don't get anything out of it. I don't get free witch boxes. I don't get free decks. I don't get none of that. Okay. I don't get as many offers as some people do, but I have gotten offers because a lot of people see that I'm a very blunt person. I'm going to say what I want to say, and they're like, I don't know about all of that. So it is what it is. You know, it's my channel, my opinions. And I had to just realize this week when I've been away to remember why I love doing this. I love doing this because representation matters. You know, a lot of people relate to me because there are black and brown people of color, and they love listening to the things I talk about, learning about their cultures, getting out of the colonized mind, having someone speak against appropriation, having people speak about the beauty of black deities and indigenous deities and all of these things, and about my practices and all of that, you know. So having all those comments. Thank you so much, everyone who's commented on my videos. Thank you for all the people that private messaged me and emailed me, worried about me, telling me how much they love my content, hoping I'll make a video. I wanted to say, yes, I am. I'm not gone. I'm here. I just needed to take an emotional break from YouTube and the current drama that's going on, and just feeling uninspired. But I'm good now. I did a lot of work with myself. I'm taking this time. I took this time that I needed, like I showed you in the card. And I'm excited about the future series that I'm doing. I will try to download a video this week. And I just want to basically tell you guys I'm fine. So thank you so much for watching this video. Much love, much light, and much blessings. I literally had to go to my altars and pray to the spirits, to just help me work through all these feelings. Because sometimes I feel like, is anybody watching? Does anybody care what I have to say? And things like that, and I put so much work into my channel, researching and really being creative about the topics, and trying to stand out, trying to just stand out above the rest, just doing my own little thing. And I just have to realize the people that resonate with that are going to watch, and the ones that don't. And as long as I'm touching lives, and people are discovering me for services through my channel, what more can I ask for? And so I have to just realize, my content isn't for everybody. So, but for the ones that it resonates with, please keep liking, please keep subscribing, and please keep commenting down below, because you guys are what keeps me going and keeps me motivated. And literally, I feel so much better because of the feedback that I've gotten from you guys and the encouragement. So I love you all so much. I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. Ashe. And until the next video, guys. Bye.